Sewage treatment. The domestic sewage contains biologically oxidizable impurities, pathogenic bacteria, color and smell. Domestic sewage is a waste from the households. So if it is discharged into the water body, the entire water body will be contaminated, which may cause decrease in dissolved oxygen, destroying fish and other aquatic life, color and smell, and waterborne diseases. Therefore, the domestic sewage needs proper treatment before it is discharged into the water streams. And the treatment involves 3 steps: primary, secondary, and tertiary treatment. First, primary treatment. It involves 4 steps. Screening. It's a process in which large suspended and floating matter is removed by passing water through mesh screens. So huge mesh screens are used to remove suspended and floating matter. Second, silt and grit removal. The sewage is passed through grit chambers where silt means clay, and grit is a sand and broken glass particles, settle down at the bottom and they can be removed. Third is removal of oil and grease. Sewage water is passed through large skimming tanks where compressed air is blown through it. Now oil which is present in the sewage water mixes with air and forms foam, which floats on the surface and which is removed, skimmed off. Fourth step in primary treatment is sedimentation process. It removes fine suspended impurities. So major suspended impurities we have removed in screening. Any fine suspended impurities which are present are removed in the sedimentation process. The sewage water is passed through sedimentation tanks where coagulants like alum, ferrous sulfate, etc. are added. Coagulants are the reagents which make the impurities to settle down, come together, coagulate together and settle down. So the coagulating agents are alum or ferrous sulfate can be added. These help in easy settlement of finely suspended particles. So these are the 4 steps involved in the primary treatment. After primary treatment, the sewage water is subjected for secondary treatment. Secondary treatment is done by activated sludge process. It is also called biological treatment, one of the important questions. Now, what is done in this activated sludge process? Activated sludge process is a biological process in which the sedimented sewage water is mixed with the proper quantity of sludge, activated sludge, containing large number of aerobic bacteria and other microorganisms. So what is this activated sludge? It is the sludge containing aerobic bacteria and microorganisms which help in the decomposition of organic matter. Since these aerobic bacteria and microorganisms are involved in this process, the method or the secondary treatment is also called a biological treatment. This mixture is sent into the aeration tank in which the mixture is exposed to air. You can see here air is passed through these pipes and agitated, stirred for several hours. The pressure of the air makes the mixture to agitate and this process is continued for several hours. During this process, the microorganisms and aerobic bacteria oxidize the organic matter into nitrates, nitrites, sulfates and phosphates, which do not produce any offensive smell. So once the process is complete, the effluent is sent to a sedimentation tank. You can see here the sedimentation tank, okay, where the sludge will settle down. Where the sludge settles down and water free from organic matter is removed. This water is chlorinated to remove bacteria and discharged into lakes, streams, rivers and sea. A part of the sludge is reused and the rest is used as the fertilizer. You can see in the figure again. After the treatment, the water is sent into the sedimentation tank where the sludge settles down. A part of the sludge is recycled, reused for the secondary treatment, and the remaining sludge can be used as a fertilizer, whereas a supernatant water can be released into rivers or streams. The third step is tertiary treatment. Further purification of wastewater is done by this process. It involves 5 steps. Step A, removal of phosphate. The phosphate are removed by adding calcium hydroxide at a pH of 10 to 11. At this pH, ammonium salts are converted into ammonia. The reactions involved are calcium hydroxide added reacts with phosphate and forms calcium phosphate. It is a precipitate which is formed and OH- is produced. Further, calcium hydroxide reacts with ammonium salts and the ammonium salts are converted into ammonia. Ammonia is a gas, it escapes. B is coagulation and sedimentation. Once again, the coagulation and sedimentation is done in the tertiary treatment. The suspended particles are removed by adding coagulants like alum, ferrous sulfate, etc. So, a precipitate of aluminium hydroxide, if alum is added, aluminium hydroxide, or if ferrous sulfate is added, a precipitate of ferrous hydroxide is formed, which settles down and these precipitate are separated. Third step, filtration. Water is passed through large sand filter beds to remove last traces of suspended matter. Huge sand filters are used and water is allowed to pass through them slowly. So almost entire suspended matter can be removed by this method. Fourth step in tertiary treatment is degasification. Degasification is removal of the gases which are dissolved in water. The degasifier consists of a large tower fitted with a number of perforated plates. Water is allowed to trickle down through these plates. So, huge number of hot plates are used, perforated, which are having pores. So, large surface area and high temperature promotes removal of dissolved gases like ammonia, carbon dioxide, H2O, H2S. When water is falling through these perforated hot plates, the dissolved gases like ammonia, CO2, H2S will be escaping. The last step in tertiary treatment is disinfection. The pathogenic bacteria, disease-causing bacteria, are destroyed by adding disinfectants like chlorine. Chlorine plus H2O gives HOCl, hypochlorous acid, and H plus and Cl minus. The pH of this water will be around 6.5. So HOCl, hypochlorous acid, attacks bacteria and kills them. The final composition of treated wastewater is BOD will be less than 1 ppm, ammonium salts less than 1 ppm, phosphate ions less than 1 ppm. The treated water has high clarity, free from odor, low BOD value, and therefore it is nearly equivalent to drinking water and can be recycled.